So I'm doing this video right now because um I um I'm trying to learn how to talk more about this. Um it's really hard because personally I I have generalized anxiety disorder. And um I am on medication because, for any of you that do not know, generalized anxiety disorder is kind of a big deal. It messes with my life. And the reason why I'm making this video right now is because I always try to express myself during these times because I want to help others, because I feel like mental disorders are still very taboo, or at least I feel like it's taboo. I grew up in the time and age, whatever you want to call it, where you still just didn't talk about anything that was wrong with your thinking or your mind, and you definitely didn't take any medication for your mind, because that was proof that you were a crazy person. I personally think that, especially those that suffer from mental disorders, you are far from the crazy. Your mind has been opened up to so many things, and unfortunately, some of those things are very harsh truths and experiences that a lot of people don't understand. So, and you are enlightened. You got to remember that. Like, you didn't just experience things and just your mind was open enough to understand the weight of that situation. You know what I mean? Anyway, it's like right now, I'm just gonna go to the simplest thing. Asher is sick. He woke up last night. He actually said yesterday or the day before, and I'm kind of proud of him because he knows his body so well, especially for a 5-year-old, just turned 5. Excuse me. He knew 2 days ago that his body was starting to not feel right, and it wasn't doing what it normally should do. And so he asked about it, and he's like, I think I might be getting sick. And of course, I'm like, mind over matter. If he is getting sick, there's nothing I can really do about it. So last night, it hit him, and he's sick. It's like, no big deal, right? I've taken care of sick kids all the time. They're fine. They're gonna get better, you know. I cannot control the thoughts in my head that are screaming alarms to me. My heart is pounding so fast, I feel lightheaded and floaty, so to speak. For those of you that don't know this either, I lost a son when I was 18. Carried him to full term. Lived through my entire pregnancy knowing that he was going to pass away. Obviously, that does something to your brain. I know 11 years later, I am, especially as my children grow and life continues, I'm like confused because I feel like I've dealt and I've moved forward and I've accepted and all these things, and even though I have, it's like my brain just keeps doing this alarm, like things are wrong and things are gonna happen. And like, I know Asher's fine. He probably just has the flu, right? But like, my mind is saying that the worst case scenario is gonna happen, and I can't shake that feeling. Like, I can meditate, I can calm myself, but I live like this. This is my service animal. She tells me, okay girl, I'm fine. And she tells me when I'm about to have an anxiety attack. So I'm gonna like simmer down for a second because those are not fun. So right now I'm just experiencing some literal heavy weight. My body feels like it's being shoved to the ground and through the floor. And it's hard to swallow. You know, I've recorded some of my panic attacks before because it really sucks feeling lonely and not having enough money yet to have my own therapist to speak to, which is a part of, I think, everyone's healing process. I think everyone should have a safe place to go talk. But I'm fighting this time because I just feel like God's really moving in my heart and in where I am in life, saying I am strong enough to share this part of me with all of you. And I know there are many others out there that may be feeling the same way or somewhat the way I am and struggling with this part of them. And, you know, even though Pierre is absolutely amazing and great, it's like, even still, how do I continue to put this weight on someone that I love so much constantly? Even though he asks for it and wants it, because, you know, hopefully everyone out there has a great partner. But it sucks, because it's a constant thing that you fight in your head. And some days are obviously better than others. Today, until Asher gets well, it's going to be a struggle, because these are one of those triggers for me and my PTSD. My GAD, generalized anxiety disorder. The most important thing that makes this scary to, like, share is, like, if you know me, you know I'm a really happy person, and I really try to bring joy and light wherever I go, because who likes feeling upset or sad, you know? But, okay, God, I feel you, I hear you. I'm gonna just be vulnerable here and expose a huge part of my weight, and because everyone has their thing. I'm not perfect, and my life is wonderful, but everyone has things they have to struggle through, and social media is just a big lie. You can't look on it and think, oh, everyone else has it, because it's not the truth. Behind every smile is a story, and probably some pain. So if we could just be kinder and less judgmental toward each other, you know, who knows? Maybe more people might be vulnerable and share their vulnerabilities, so there can be more compassion. The next part of my process to get myself prepared for my children waking up soon and putting on a good front. First, listening to one of my channels on YouTube that either speaks uplifting, just words of encouragement, Bible verses, and or doing a Bible study, because we all need God, and even if you think you don't need him, it's okay, because he's still there. So anyway, lots of love, you guys. For goodness gracious, have a wonderful, wonderful week. I know that the flu is out there and kids are dropping and adults are dropping like flies, but let's not be run by fear. Let's be lifted up by the hope and faith. More than anything, faith. Thanks for sticking it out with me and, watching my cry face. Because it's a good one. And it's a part of me. So, this is me just sharing. I hope it wasn't too weird.